Some people chase the mainstream. Others crave what hides in shadows. Welcome to Indie Horror Junkie, the home of filmmakers, writers, artists, and fans who live for the strange, the bold, the unapologetically independent. From blood-soaked short films and underground features to creator spotlights, reviews, and horror you won't find anywhere else. No studio filters, no safe bets, just raw imagination and fearless storytelling. If you love horror that takes risks, horror that bleeds passion, horror made by creators who refuse to play it safe, then you're already one of us. Indie Horror Junkie. Feed your fear. Support the underground. Indie Horror Junkie, where independent horror lives and refuses to die.
Welcome to the Indie Horror Junkie Podcast, where nightmares meet the light, shadows entwine. Tonight we dive deep into the horror scene, with Rod and Ricky in Asylum, Aimee living the dream. Hear the howl of the night echo in your mind, where the rebels of fright, leaving no soul behind. Movers and shakers, we've got the scoop. Filmmakers and actors, they're part of our group. Indie horror lovers, gather all around, bringing the edge, where true tales are found. With every wound that bleeds, a story to tell. Join us, laugh, where the haunted begins.
Good evening, junkies. Rod and Ricky. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Episode number 123 of the Indie Horror Junkie Podcast. We are well into the year. We are in the month of June. Not sure how I feel about that. That kind of blew by tonight, but we have some incredible guests for you guys lined up. We have the host of The Mummy and the Monkey, Janet Decay, and Grim Gory. So we're going to bring them out here in a few minutes. But first, we have some Indie Horror Junkie news. Rick, you want to get into it?
Absolutely. I guess first off, let's give our tip of the cap to one of our big sponsors, Tarot Cards. And with that, we have an event that we're going to be putting on in July. Let me go ahead and bring up that little graphic for you. Boom. They are doing a virtual screening event of the movie Speed Demon with Katie Cassidy and William H. Macy, one of my favorite actors. And we're going to be co-hosting that with them. They're going to be giving away prizes. They're going to have a director Q&A with the director following the film. They're going to be giving away physical trading cards, and we're going to be giving away a digital copy of issue number 24, which has a big article on Speed Demon in the magazine. So there you go. Definitely check out Tarot Cards. Great resource, a great online trading game. I mean, I can't say enough about them. Definitely check them out. And let's see, my other little bit here is our new newsletter. We just started this in the month of June. The first of every month, I'm going to be putting that out. And basically what that newsletter is kind of updating you on all things Indie Horror Junkie and any other little news that we've got coming into the slate. So you don't have to wait until the magazine comes out to get some of the details about some of these upcoming projects. So if you're not on our subscriber list for the newsletter, definitely drop us an email at indiehorrorjunkie@gmail.com and we'll add you to the list. Next one will go out on July 1st. And I will leave it to Aimee for the rest.
the Indie Horror Junkie is presenting the Dances with Blood 2-week horror film challenge. Those entries opened up on May 31st on Film Freeway. We have a $1,000 cash prize for the first place winner of this, along with a ton of other prizes lined up. So head over to danceswithblood.com, scroll down to the bottom right of the page, click on that Film Freeway button to register. Those submissions are going to be open through December 31st of this year, and then January we're going to kick things off. So definitely head over to the website, read about the challenge rules, hit us up if you have any questions. But this is really exciting. This is something brand new. We cannot wait to really get into the nitty-gritty details of all of this once we are, through the process of submissions and laying out all the rules for the filmmakers who joined. But $1,000 cash prize is something we're really excited to bring to the filmmakers, just to kind of give them a thank you for participating and to help launch them onto their next project. When we talk to filmmakers and we ask them what the hardest part about making their film is, it's always the funding. And this is just a way that we can help further support indie horror filmmakers. So let's check out the challenge, head over to the page and email us if you have any questions about that. Issue number 24, as Rick just mentioned, is now available at Indie Horror Junkie at Gmail, IndieHorrorJunkie.com. Rick and I are just tongue-tied tonight, you guys. It's been a long day. We both hopped on and was like, you look tired. Mm-hmm. But we are already working on issue number 25, but issue number 24 is available along with all of our other back issues. We have physical copies, digital copies. So definitely, if you need to get caught up, this is a great way to head over to the website, see what we have. There's tons of independent horror creatives from all around the world. Our latest issue, number 24, has 44 pages, just packed with everything that's going on. We have Sarah Webb as our indie horror hottie. Definitely head over to our Instagram page and check out what she's doing and get ready for our next issue, which is going to be in July.
Mm-hmm.
And what else you got, Rod and Ricky?
No, I think that's it for right now.
Yeah, just head over to our YouTube channel if you want to continue to support what the Junkies are doing and help us to bring you all of the latest independent horror news. Make sure you like and subscribe and share. That's the best way to help us out. But for now, we're going to bring out our guest, you guys. We're going to show you a little trailer of their show, and then we're going to get into it with the host of The Mummy and the Monkey.
Welcome to the jungle.
Hey, Groovy Ghoulies! I'm Janet Decay, the Mummy.
And I'm Grim Gordy, the Monkey.
And together we host
The Mummy and the Monkey's Hairy
Scary Hangout!
Yes, our live streaming horror hosted show has it all.
Skits, bits, and a scary flick.
That's right, so for more information on our show, go check out
TheMummyAndTheMonkey.com.
And we'll see you
at the Hangout.
Woohoo!
Hey.
Welcome.
Hey,
Guys. We have The Mummy and the Monkey joining the Junkies. How's it going over there in Ohio?
it's going great. We have a special guest here. We have one of our Crypt kittens, Louie.
Yes, Crypt Kitty Louie. He'll randomly just show up when we host the Harry Scary Hangout.
Yeah,
Or,
he's a big fan of my lap. So
Yeah.
on our show, the Harry Scary Hangout, he'll sometimes jump up and join us too. We do we have a live streaming show too. That's what it does, right? I mean, we do it on most Friday
we
nights.
live stream on most Friday nights, and we host the Harry Scary Hangout. But prior to that, we would put together pre-recorded shows for public access cable television, different online platforms like different Roku channels. It was before like the streaming thing really got big with the
where you're able to do it, in a consistent way, and we weren't breaking up all the time. But a friend of ours who has his own channel called the Late Late Horror Show was streaming a bunch of old time radio shows and doing his own content, and kind of suggested that maybe we should do a horror hosted program live. And we had no clue on how to do that, no technical expertise. So we had to teach ourselves to do all that. And now 302 episodes later, we've been doing it for 10 years now. About 10 years.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal, you guys. Congratulations. That's a ton of episodes packed in, going live every Friday. That takes a lot of prep work. That takes a lot of dedication. As Janet and I were talking, that takes a lot of putting that makeup on when you're not in the mood and getting into character and bringing, all the good vibes to the screen. Let's just kind of go back to the beginning when you guys first started. What was the original version for the show and how has it evolved into where you guys are at now?
When we first started putting shows together, it was more scripted.
And it was just called The Mummy and the Monkey. That was all it was called. It was a scripted show. We still hosted a B horror movie that's public domain. Did skits, for the interstitials between, and we hosted like 4 to 5 segments. We cut the movie up into 4 or 5 segments, and we do hosting bits in between, edit it all together, and like Janet said earlier, for usually to submit it to a cable access channel.
Yeah, like local cable public access, pretty much any platform that would host it.
Yeah,
that would have it.
Public access.
And that's sort of like now with streaming as good as it is now. I mean, even public access and that kind of stuff. Regular television is now they're streaming now.
Yeah. I think more people watch the streaming stuff than regular broadcast TV. Now we are on TV in some markets.
Where we just repurpose our show and to chop it up, and
I'll edit the live streams to make it more like TV
commercial friendly, so they can add commercials between. But it's basically the same show that we do live on Friday nights. But her question was, how has it changed? So
how has it changed?
So we went from just doing the Mummy the Monkey. It's very close to what we're doing now, except we do it live now.
Like I'll have notes so we know like what segments are going to do next, like if there's certain things we want to discuss, but it's not as scripted like word for word. It's a little more loosey-goosey,
And our show is inspired by local shows that we watched growing up, horror hosted shows, movie hosted shows that would come on late night Friday and Saturday nights, all through the I go back into the early 70s up into the 80s.
And I was more of an 80s, 90s.
Yeah, Elvira, which is a national syndicated show that most everybody knows. But we had a lot of local ones here. Big Chuck and Little John were some guys that would host movies, and a guy named The Ghoul.
The Ghoul Show. And you guys down in Florida had Dr. Paul Bearer.
I was just going to mention that. Dr. Paul Bearer was what we had on public access here. So I can remember watching that as a kid and just thinking it was so much fun.
So anybody out there watching this now, Google when you can what a horror host, and you'll see, if you want a little background, and you might find the one that's in, wherever you're watching from. You can look up to see if you had any in the past or currently have some in your own town.
Yeah, it's just neat to check out that history there, especially for horror fans and.
But that was a cool thing, a format that was around for a good while in the U.S. Where usually it would be like the weatherman from a local station would come up with some kind of wacky monster character, and late night on Friday or Saturday nights they'd host a movie, horror movie package.
He'd throw on his Dracula cape or his top hat or whatever, and go host the movie,
the late night movie, and sometimes they would do skits or song parodies. Sven Gulli's another good example of a national one now out of Chicago, who is like pretty much like the king of the one that people know, if you're going to make an example.
Well, and Joe Bob Briggs, he's on Shudder, so that's huge too. I don't know if he's still on there.
But he still does a program, I think.
Yeah.
So there's ones that are more, like I would say, iconic.
Some that have a bigger presence. Yeah, larger presence.
And we're working on that. But we don't win the Rondo Award for Best Horror Host every year, but we get honorable mention. So we're on the radar somehow.
That's impressive.
We just had someone hop on thing. The new Paul Bear is great too. And he's also in the Tampa Bay area. He comes to Tampa Bay Screams. So he's still local to the community, which is really cool. And he does a great job just kind of continuing that legacy. And you guys mentioned so many fun horror hosts, and it's nice to just recall, all the original OGs of the game. And it is interesting to see how you go from public access into, all the technology that we have now, and how you can either further spread the name in your show, and you can really get the information out there. As far as the two of you, how did you meet?
So we met on the set of a public access show we were helping with.
Well, I was doing behind the scenes for another show. It was horror host based. They would make just for public, direct to public access. And we needed a host for the show. I was doing behind the scenes camera work and graphic design, things like that.
And at the time I was an aspiring actress and model, I worked a regular day job and then would try to do the fun stuff on the side.
So we needed a host for the show. It was another guy that developed this particular program. And somehow they got the word to Janet, and she already had the character Janet Decay from the
So before I did the horror hosting thing, I used that as kind of like a pen name to write movie reviews for a friend's website at the time. And the website is defunct now, but
your character was a mummy named Janet Decay, a mummy-based character.
Mm-hmm.
And when she came aboard and hosted the show for a little bit, and I've had this character Grim Gory. I created him in the early 90s, and but because I was inspired by our local Cleveland host, I kind of just made up my own videotape show just for fun.
Well, Grim Gory did have a brief public access thing.
Yeah, I mean, I did 1 or 2 shows
when he was in Rhode Island.
In Rhode Island, I submitted them, but nobody saw them.
Yeah,
and that's fine. But it was so much. I was so interested growing up as a kid to do something with some sort of a horror host type character.
A big fanboy, yeah.
And just for fun, I would just make my own shows, and I would keep this. It was a different mask back in the day. It was some cheap plastic monkey mask I found somewhere, and used that for the character. But but then I found this cool mask and added glasses and a pompadour to it.
So we started out as friends and helping with some other public access programming.
Yeah. So I had this character too in the wings all this time. So anyway, when she came on board and was hosting this one show called The Daughter of the Ghoul, which it didn't really
it was pretty bad,
make any waves. But we met on there, and I saw her walk in, and I'm like, hey.
We helped with that show for a year, and when the producer decided to cancel it, we were like, well, let's try to do our own thing. And we started out as friends, and then started dating, and then we were married in 2017.
Yeah, I met her in 2013. We got married in 2017. So I guess it was just interesting. And it was just, we had a lot in common, obviously. So
yeah, just sort of.
It was kind of destined at that point. You guys are, in the same field, trying to do the same things. You both like the spooky vibes and, all of that. So it's just, I think it's great. I think it's fun. And I love what you guys are doing. And with your characters, they are so original and fun, especially when it comes to horror hosts. Do you feel like you ever imagined when you started that you would be over 300 episodes in, and now that you are where you're at, do you feel a little bit of responsibility to keep the horror host alive and the legacy alive from, all of the horror hosts that we've mentioned, Elvira and Paul Bear? Is it just become a part of who you are at this point, and you feel that it's so much a part of you that you just want to continue the legacy of all horror hosts? Because it's not all horror hosts, but yours in your own way. It's such a fun and interesting gig, and not everybody is out to go live and to keep it interesting and keep it fun. And you guys have figured it out. So do you see this continuing on, and it really just always being a part of who you are?
First part of your question was no, we didn't think it would.
No way. I barely complete anything in my life.
At first, we were just like, well, let's try to put together some shows and see how it goes. And it was more of a creative, it still is. It's a creative outlet. It's like a passion project we're trying to build up.
Yeah.
But now we have that Friday night deadline. Like, whether we're ready or not, we have to get this show out.
So yeah, that's part of the evolution too. So when we were going back to when we were doing the direct to DVD or shows for public access, whatever, we would just we would just take our time. We'd do a show in a month or two. We didn't have a set schedule. No.
It might back then it might have taken us like several weeks or a month to edit something and send it into the stations, and they would just play whatever. Yeah. And put it into whatever time slot they had available.
But whenever
it wasn't as structured.
When we were the
scripting was, but not the
release and getting
not
the show
when we
done.
Would get the shows out. Yeah.
And we were pretty regular in the beginning, where we would do almost one a week. That's 4 shows a month. and so it gave us, like you said, the live thing and being scheduled at a certain time, a certain night, gave us a structure to get a show done. And we can get a show done in several days now, instead of it taking months, to prepare everything, and either edited bits and skits, any writing we want to do. But most of it's extemporaneous. We just kind of like, off the cuff, come up with stuff. We might pick a topic or two to kind of talk about for the night, but it's usually loosey-goosey, go with the flow, whatever they're talking about in the chat.
Yeah, and we try to keep it, where we read the comments. We try to be more interactive. We do prize drawings and things like that. People will send in pictures and artwork.
And I thought that would separate us, too, from the other horror host shows that were pretty much, just pre-done and scheduled to air.
And not that there's anything wrong with that, because we like that classic format also. But we thought, well, what could we do differently?
The differentiation is really big with any sort of product,
just be a little different to make it our own.
So now it's like we get and ending with the question. So this has become a very interesting turntable thing for me because, and I think you too, because we grew up watching these shows, sitting in front of the TV on Friday night, plopping down with a popcorn and a soda and getting ready to watch our favorite, horror hosted show, to being the horror hosted show that people are plopping down in front of their computer or TV.
So we feel like, yes, we want to keep it going as long as possible and just see how it goes.
Because we have fun.
A lot of
doing
people say they look forward to watching. Some people watch with their kiddos,
they
mini
plan
monsters.
their whole Friday night, just the way I used to plan my Friday nights back in the day to watch my favorite, horror hosted shows. So
well, and back in those days, I mean, that might have been if you were like a youngster watching TV late at night, that might have been your first experience watching a horror film.
Watching the intro to horror.
Yeah, it was definitely mine.
I have
definitely
something
with pallbearer for me. Go ahead, Ray.
I was going to add something real quick here. When we're talking about you and what you do on the show and everything, I've noticed here in some of the comments, especially from VHS Mikey, where he talks about, let's see, I'll bring up one here, where he talks about, here we go. Love their show so much. They're full of positivity, and said they're always giving us hope and stuff like that. Talk a little bit about that. I mean, because those are comments that you don't normally hear about horror hosts and stuff.
It's very, very humbling and something that we didn't really expect. But people have told us that lots of different stories like that we're but I relate because that's how it was growing up for me too. I mean, this was my escape. These late night local horror shows were my escape as a kid. It was a little hole I can crawl into for 2 hours and just be entertained by a scary movie ? They're usually this really cheesy.
Most of the movies are bad or cheesy,
but that's what made it
they're
fun.
still fun to watch, and you can make fun of it.
And then the hosts you fall in love with, because they make you laugh. There's this balance of comedy and then the scary movie that really worked for me as a kid. But you can expound on that if you want.
Well, and with the past handful of years, with all the craziness going on in the world, I think it's a nice little break from from the doom and gloom news, from the politics, from the drama.
What they call it, doom scrolling for a reason.
Yeah,
right?
From the doom scrolling.
That should let everybody give. We didn't make that up.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So but anytime. I would say since, for a long time, people are, always look for something that they can go to and just kind of be away from all the everyday stuff, even if it's just stuff in your life in general.
Yeah, because there's some fans who have wrote to us where they have been through a lot of things.
Yeah,
and
personal stuff,
and they really
I'm having a bad week, work or family or something. I can't wait to Friday night to watch your show because
it's a way to just not have to think about that stuff. You just hang out and we watch a movie.
And they also hang out with the other people. We have people in our chat that have become friends. They befriend. They go over each other's houses.
There's a lot of local people where some of them will hang out together.
They're friends now.
And if they're farther out, they're online friends and they'll talk with each other in the chat.
It's pretty wild. Yeah. So. And you probably have the same experience, like having live,
Yeah, with your indie horror community.
With the chat thing, yeah.
Yeah.
People, it's
a lot of fun to see that kind of interaction just happening all over the place. And that's what's so great about the horror communities, because it is such a solid, when you go, and we're going to get into horror conventions because that's something that you guys participate in as well. But if you go to these horror conventions or you're watching these podcasts, you really do kind of create this little world, this little community of people. And we do see them weekly come on the show and say hi. We do see the same people hopping in the chat. And you guys, we have a lot of new people tonight coming on the show that clearly are fans of you, that are specifically here just to watch you tonight because you've meant so much to them that they want to check out what you guys are doing on a different show just so they can, have some fun and escape reality. And it's just a really cool energy that you guys are spreading, and we love it because it's spooky fun, and that's what we're all here to do. But going back to just having the outlet, having that community, sometimes that holds a lot more weight than we really recognize on the front, and I think it's just something important that we should always remember and take care of.
Yeah, and that's why we look forward to doing a show, because we feel because we like to hang out with them too. Like I said, it's a mutual thing. And the audiences, the viewers, I should say, that watch our show, their participation we welcome it. There's a lot of several of our intros and some of our like stuff that we like little bits that we used to go into other parts of the show
were sent in by fans.
Yeah, even unsolicited, they just sent stuff in.
Yeah,
and like, this is amazing, cool CGI stuff and little bumper things that they make us,
little animations and
artwork.
Things. Yeah, it's really sweet.
We have a segment. Our show is pretty structured. We have like certain segments that are the same that
we try to keep regular every show.
Yeah, and so we just fill that bucket with whatever. Like, one of the things is called "What Do You Do?" And I don't even know how we got into that, because people would send us pictures of like what they do, like with the way they have their wall decorated around their television, let's say, where they watch our show.
Like if they have their shelves of the horror action figures, or if they have a cool projector set up.
And some people even like have our show in the background and do hobbies, things like that.
Or they would send in fan art. Yeah,
So we created this segment called "What Do You Do?" Basically, when you watch our show, and or if you buy some of our apparel where you're wearing, some people like
like if they're out traveling and they're wearing one of our shirts.
We've got people in Egypt, wearing our mummy. A friend of ours gave a local Egyptian guy one of
the over by the pyramids, the gentleman who was like taking care of the camels, he was like the tour guide or travel guide.
They gave him one of our mummy and monkey shirts right here.
Now, is your merch available on your website?
Oh yeah,
it is.
Okay,
yeah,
great. You guys head over there and grab some shirts, because I'm gonna have to get one for sure.
Fourth Wall is the name of the. We could do a trade. Don't worry. I want a horror junkie shirt.
Yeah, we want to get your shirt.
The Indie Horror Junkie shirt. Yeah. So anyway, but so the fans also contribute to the show. We love showcasing their artwork and all kinds of stuff. So it's an interesting sort of dynamic,
It is, and it's we even have some inside jokes with because he puts a lot of sound effects in the movies, burps and farts and funny things like that.
Weird movie, clips from movies and stuff I've just found over the years, thousands of stuff.
Several years back, we hosted. It was 2 movies. Kind of back, 1 week it was a movie with John Saxon in it. Then the following week, the late actor John Saxon was in the same. Was in a different movie.
He played the father for what's her name from the first Nightmare on Elm Street. Movie, Nancy. He was Nancy's father. He was the policeman. That's so people will. Who's John Saxon?
The horror connection.
Yeah.
He was in some horror and sci-fi things. Lots of different movies.
But we had 2 back-to-back sort of horror sci-fi movies he was in, and the next week we showed
Enter the Dragon. That's a big one.
Oh, he was
Enter the Dragon. Yeah, that's right.
He was one of the American guys. Yeah, that was But the week after we showed the 2 back-to-back unintentionally, John Saxon movies.
People were asking, is John Saxon in this movie? The third week, and we're like, well, no, but we could put him in the movie.
So now I got to do a little. Now we call it the Saxon search. And
kind of like a Where's Waldo, where you have to like
Easter egg,
and it was really another way for people to stick around and watch the movie. You know what I mean? It's like, so you got this little Easter egg. If you're into it, you can wait. Maybe I put it in the first segment, maybe I put it in the 4th segment, or one in between.
You don't know until you watch.
So again, we're trying to find little ways to get people, like everybody, to stick around for the whole show. So that was a little thing. I don't know how effective it was, but people. Or when they see him, they're like Saxons, and in the
they'll
chat,
type it out in big, all in caps.
You just see the name, so it's like they found him, I don't know.
And you guys also featured one of our magazines on the show, which we want to say thank you, because that was so fun and so cool that you guys, spread love of the Indie Horror Junkie on your show as well, and showed the ad and promoted the magazine. So thank you for that. That was a lot of fun.
Sure. And we even feature indie movies on our show too.
Yes, we do play some indie movies from time to time with the director's permission.
Sure.
And some of them we have to edit for YouTube. But
because our show is
for most
ages.
Well, and it's YouTube.
We don't do swearing. We don't do nudity. Every now and then Grim might have a little bit of a blue thing come out, a little double entendre. Well, but that's about
like
it.
Maybe PG-13 or something.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it goes over the kids' heads.
It's just for to guidelines.
Grim's
and everything.
Can be a bit cheeky, so you never know what's going to come out of it.
Nothing wrong with that. I like the whole kid-friendly, family fun, because that just opens up an entire audience,
And when we do a shout out to the. Talk about this.
Yeah, and we do a shout out to the mini monsters. But when we host the indie movies, we if it's an edited version, we try to encourage people to buy the DVD or go and pay for the streaming one.
Yeah,
because then they can watch it
unedited.
The full version unedited.
So so the
to help the filmmaker.
The filmmaker doesn't really. They're not showing everything, and there's no reason to see it. Yeah, we show you what we can, especially if it has nudity or a lot of swearing in it. We chop all that out. But hey, go buy their Blu-ray or go buy
the unedited version. Yeah,
enjoy that too. So we do what we can.
And then came Ladder. That is from. I'm not even trying to pronounce that. Mofi Chen.
Mofi Chen.
Oh, Mofi Chen. Yeah, that was another inside thing, a little joke.
Ladder.
What was that? The Incredible Petrified World?
Yeah, it's a really, really bad movie about people that get trapped under the ocean.
And they're in like a submarine thing.
And they find an air pocket that, and there's like some caverns. But while they're in this submersible, there's the worst frame shot in the world. It's basically a little ladder they would use to climb up to the top of the submersible to get out of the hatch. But the ladder is literally in the middle of the screen and shot from behind. So some of the actors are obscured by this ladder. The skinny ladder, and it's just like one of the worst. I don't know what they were thinking, other than that they're in the ship.
I guess so, but people were making fun of it and commenting on it, and then we were throwing ladder in some of the other movies.
I made a ladder graphic, and sometimes it would pop up in the middle of a scene, and just to be funny. Scene with people behind it, and so we've gotten rid of ladder pretty much because it's just becomes. It's a gimmick show, but that's a lot.
It was a little much, so the ladder retired.
John Saxon still does his thing in our movies.
But speaking of the inside jokes you were just mentioning there, is this something from VHS Mikey? I come for the shrew humor as well.
It's the okay. So have you heard the movie
the
Killer Shrews?
Oh, yeah. I was wondering why. I was thinking, what am I missing here?
It's great. It's actually one of the better B movies that's out there. It stars James Best, who is Roscoe Pico Train from the Duke of Hazzard, but younger James Best. Mm-hmm. But it's not a bad movie. But they've obviously dressed dogs up.
It's pretty much dogs in costumes, and they're supposed to be the killer shrews.
Yeah, they have long teeth and scraggly hair. It's so good.
It's really funny.
So the shrew puns were the first time we showed that movie. People were just. Shrew you, it's like, every shrew pun in the world. And they were just, the chat crazy. Became its own thing. I don't even think people watched the movie.
No, they were just like doing these shrew jokes.
The chat is flying. And when we reshowed it recently, it was work. It was like crazy. Like the movie is the second, nobody cared about that. They just cared about who can come up with the funniest shrew joke.
They're all trying to out pun each other.
Yeah. To the point where the pun got lost and it was just like, don't use a mouse, use a shrew, or something like that. And it didn't even make any sense.
It got stupid, but it was funny to read anyway.
I'm not going to even mention that because then it's going to get even worse, It's just not going to make any any sense. Just
like your own personal Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, bye, Louie.
Bye.
Shrewy. See, that's what they do.
That's hilarious.
You guys definitely have a lot of friends hopping in the chat tonight, so that's fun. And speaking of fans and horror community, you guys have done your fair share of conventions. What are some of the favorite conventions that you've been to? Do you have any upcoming cons? And are you coming to Florida?
Florida.
We've been to Florida once for our honeymoon, matter of fact.
Yes, we would love to travel more.
We were at the Opal Sands and Clearwater.
It was Clearwater.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It was a beautiful hotel.
Unfortunately, you guys are in my area. That's on the coast for me. Yeah, but it's close by, like an hour drive.
We were there. I forget which. It was like a bunch of years ago, but there was a really bad hurricane hit.
So the vacation was cut a little short.
Very short. We were there for just a few days. We had to wind up driving back because.
I think that was Irma.
I knew it started with an I. That's her. Mm-hmm. It started on the east coast of Florida,
and then
it rolled around
to where we were,
the bottom and over to the Clearwater area. It wasn't even supposed to hit that.
And
side.
they were kicking everybody out, like, hey, you got to get out of here.
Yeah.
All the flights were booked or canceled or something.
We
drove the rental car home.
Yeah, we went to Tampa. They were like, no, everything's booked up. And then so. The rental car places, let's take it, save our car, get it out of here, and they waived the $800 fee it was from driving it from Florida to Cleveland.
Oh yeah, your state of emergency at that point. If you're,
they were really cool. They were like, don't worry about it. You saved our car.
So just when you guys said honeymoon, I remember what year you said that you got married. I was able to backtrack because somehow you're so traumatized by these hurricanes, you just start memorizing dates and names. And I can remember we had the front of the house boarded up, and we wrote Irma across from it and took a picture next to That's like our new theme. Like whatever.
It was
hurricane
2017, right?
Yeah.
It was a year after.
Take a picture with it. We might not live to look at back on it, but at least we'll have it documented somewhere.
For real.
Wow.
So conventions, yes, we love horror conventions. There's a bunch that we like.
Yeah, so we've attended like Motor City Nightmares in
Detroit,
Michigan.
yeah.
Cinema Wasteland was a wonderful local convention.
Which just announced that they were going to be done, right?
It is done.
It
The last
lasted
show
for
was in April.
26 years.
Yeah.
So in April was the last show.
They did 2 shows a year. A spring show and then a kind of a winter show or a fall.
It was
show.
a smaller convention, but it had like a lot of heart. There were a lot of regulars that would attend. A lot of B movie guests that were very nice people.
Yeah, and some people that really weren't really able to get placed anywhere. It's like,
and then a film fest. So they did a lot of indie filmmakers were able to like have their movies seen there.
Yeah. It was a great venue. They had 2 screening rooms to show different kinds of movies. A lot of them indie. But the Cinema Wasteland was and it's had that feel that you were talking about Aimee, about how it was like family. They call it the Wasteland family.
Yeah.
But yeah, you couldn't ask for. You would think, oh my God, horror people. They're not the nicest bunch of people.
Cons are a whole world in itself. Like they're their own universe. And my favorite cons to go to are when they're in a hotel, and so the space, all the breakout rooms are used for the celebrities and the vendors and the film fest, and then everyone kind of hangs out there at night, and that's where you really get your networking in, is when you're hanging out and you're everyone's in one space, and it's just a great way to not just be there as like a fan, but to expand your network and just share the love of horror. Really, I met Rick, listen to me. Rick at a film festival here in Tampa Bay Underground Film Festival. We try to go to all the local stuff, support it, whether we have films in it or we have friends in it. And I say it over and over again. If you're a lover of horror, or if you're a filmmaker or podcast or whatever you creatively do independently, get out to these conventions that are in your area, or even if it's an hour away, because it's one of the best ways that you can get involved and expand your network and just really meet a lot of really cool people.
You'd be surprised how many people most people are very approachable.
They are,
especially the indie people, because that's how you get things out there. Who's it? Steve Radzinski that does Carousel.
Oh
my gosh,
he's working on a new one.
If you the first one, that's one you need to see. If you've never seen a movie,
that one's crazy.
Not Carousel, but Carousel. I guarantee you've never seen anything like this. And we've seen a lot of indie
about
movies.
A killer carousel horse.
It's a carousel horse who gets discouraged with everything. Leaves the carousel.
Yes.
It sounds like I'm not. I swear nothing was smoked tonight or taken.
It is a real thing.
You will not believe. You will
not
wouldn't
think that based off of Rick and I being so tongue-tied tonight.
Yeah, you will not believe what you're seeing, and I guarantee you've never seen this before, ever.
What is it again?
Carousel.
I
think it's on like Amazon or Netflix
or Tubi or something.
Tubi, actually.
Yeah,
it might
maybe
be on
Tubi. Yeah, there's a lot of great indie movies on Tubi.
Yeah.
I've got nothing on the lineup tonight, so I might just watch that and space out and enjoy a fun little horror.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, for sure.
You see a lot of stuff, and then then you see something that makes you go, well, I've never seen that before. This is one of those movies.
Totally.
Oh boy.
Well, if you guys ever end up traveling down to Florida for one of the local conventions, definitely let us know. We'll be sure to come meet up and support and hang out.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we would love to.
Yeah, Horror Hound in Cincinnati, Ohio is another.
That's another one.
Horror Hound is great. One of my films just played at the film festival. I don't know if you guys were there. The Boy from Below.
We haven't been there in a bunch of years because of family stuff going on. We had to take care of my mom for a while, so it was hard for us to leave for long periods of time. But things are a little different now, so we're going to try to get back out to the con scene.
Yeah, Horror Hound is on my bucket list because I have so many filmmaker friends that live out in that area or live close by that really love that film festival. It's very well known for independent filmmakers. I mean, we're down in Florida, I know about it, and it's somewhere I want to go. So that kind of speaks for itself.
Huge. It's getting bigger and crazier.
Yeah, it's huge.
We were there when it was a big, and it's like bigger now. I don't even know how it's possible.
Well, and they also have part of Horror Hound. They have Mask Fest.
Oh,
where the two conventions merged.
Oh my gosh.
So like if you're into like the old school like special effects and mask making and that whole thing,
that's like a whole nother
like the
thing.
props
It's
and
awesome.
prosthetic, for the movies or haunted houses. The Mask Fest portion of Horror Hound is incredible.
It's terrific.
Very
It's
cool.
so
I didn't
much
know that.
cool.
Our friend Rick, Robin Nelson from Horror Pop After Midnight, that's one that he religiously goes to. And that's another fun podcast if you guys want to check that out. He has a
cool,
great roster of independent filmmakers and actors and actresses and writers and directors that come on his show. But he lives in that area. He's out near you guys, and he's been begging me to show up. So I know there's one in September. I don't know if I'll make it, but if I do, I'm going to hit you guys up.
Okay.
Oh, please do. Yeah.
So we're big fans of cons down here. I find myself venturing out to a lot of the film festivals now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the journey that I'm on. There's so many great film festivals that some are attached to cons and some are not. But since Rick and I are also filmmakers and we run our own film festival out of MegaCon Orlando, which you guys are welcome to come hang out at. It's been fun to kind of just hit up the film festivals as well to just meet and network. And we got Lewis on here again. Bring that back up, Rick. We need Mummy and the Monkey movie.
We would love to.
Well,
we've been wanting
you guys produce it.
That's all we need, though, because we don't know nothing about making no movie. So,
but yeah, we did a Mystery Science Theater movie. Remember?
Oh, my favorite. That was one of my favorite shows. I just
Rick
got.
and I have always wanted to do something kid friendly, so maybe we can merge the minds and do a friendly, the Mummy and the Monkey.
There's so much to talk about. Like going back to other horror. We are going to be in a movie.
Oh, I love that.
Probably not yet. We have a cameo in a movie coming out hopefully later this year or maybe next year.
That's all I'll say.
That's all we could say about that.
That's right.
Well, if it's horror related, let us know so we can help promote it through the podcast and the magazine.
Totally. Thank you. But you mentioned appearances. We do have a few appearances lined up.
We do.
August 2nd, Saturday, August 2nd, we're going to be at the Haunted Garage Sale.
Wow. And that is right up Rick's alley.
It's out in Wellington, Ohio.
What? It's in Wellington, Ohio?
In Wellington, Ohio. And it's in some giant, it's not going to be like outside in the summer heat. It's air conditioned, but it's going to be a lot of different vendors. They're going to have some
in here.
I don't know. Today was pretty hot.
Yeah, today was like 90 degrees.
Muggy, really bad.
90.
90.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird for Ohio.
High humidity. It's like
yeah.
And then where else?
Akron Comic-Con, we're going to be there probably Saturday.
That's one of our other favorite. It's not horror related.
It's not horror related, but sometimes the horror genre and comic books
bleed
together.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a con there. There's one or two cons every week now. I mean, it's totally gotten a lot bigger. The horror and
it really has, and your area specifically as well.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
In regards to your movie appearance, your upcoming movie, I know you can't say much, but I do have a question I wanted to ask, and now I have somebody in the chat is going to tie on to that as well.
Uh-oh.
In the movie that you're both supposed to be in, are you going to be in character or are you going to be as you are?
Oh, in character.
Oh, in character.
We could say
okay,
that.
because this person had a comment here.
Oh, Mofi Chen. We need to see more of Janet's mummy powers in a movie.
Yeah. we did some stuff on an old before streaming episode where you have
a laser eye.
Yeah, she has a laser eye. She can shoot lasers out of it.
Some mummy magic.
We did some really fun stuff in the beginning. We were really trying to because we had so much in the beginning with anything. You have all these ideas, and we did some really I think it's fun stuff.
Yeah, it just took longer to piece all that together.
Because because we tried to do our initial show like MST3K, it was totally inspired by the fact that you'd have this other story going on between the movie. So then the idea there too, I think, was if we took the movie out, if you just strung all the the interstitial segments together, you'd have a mini story.
Yeah,
that maybe had nothing to do with the movie. It was just what was going on on the set. And another thing is that people ask us too, well, where do you broadcast? How do you do it? We have a sunroom in our home, and that's the reason I bought this home. True story. When I was looking for homes in 2015, houses, I looked at a bunch of them, and then I went in this one. I went to the back room here. I'm like, I could see the studio. This is what we need.
It looked a lot bigger then because it didn't have all our stuff in it.
That's a stuff thing.
But can you tell us about some of the memorabilia in the room? Are there any key elements that are really important?
A lot of
show that.
So there was a a horror host called the Ghoul, who was spawned by this guy here.
Yes.
By Ghoulardi.
So there was originally in the mid 60s, there was a guy named Ernie Anderson who did a character in Cleveland who was huge. The crime rate would go down when his show would come on Friday nights because even the crooks watched the show. That's what they say. He was on for 3 years, and this gets interesting because
what was his name? Ernie
Anderson.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, he was Ghoulardi was his name. And he was kind of like a beatnik hippie sort of guy.
The character name.
Ghoulardi was Ernie Anderson was a really kind of
he did voice acting. He was a voice announcer for like ABC later on.
He left Cleveland in the late 60s, went to Hollywood, became a voice actor. He was the voice of ABC tonight on the Love Boat. Well, he's also the father of John Paul Anderson, who yes, who is the famous director. Just did that movie with DiCaprio. What was it called? They just won a bunch of awards.
Yeah, I know. One Battle After Another.
Yeah.
We need to see that.
Paul Thomas
Anderson.
Yeah. So Paul Thomas Anderson is Ernie Anderson's son. So there's this whole weird thing. But anyway, so his character, the Ghoulardi character, wore this fright wig like this, which was a weird wig that people would wear as
like
a kind of
the costume shops used to sell them back in the day, and they would call it a fright wig.
Well, there was a young man that was in love with Ghoulardi at the time, named Ron Swede, who, when the character left Cleveland, this guy left Cleveland, he wanted to continue the legacy. So he came up he got Ernie's blessing, called himself the Ghoul, pretty much the same costume with the fright wig and the glass sunglasses with one lens out. And he was a real wild guy. Well, the Ghoul was on Cleveland TV and Detroit TV in the 70s, 80s, and the 90s.
So that is his original fright wig.
He passed away a bunch of years ago, but we got to go through a studio and pick up a bunch of memorabilia. But this is an original fright wig that might even have been a Ghoulardi one, or it's definitely really old.
We can't confirm if it's a Ghoulardi one, but we know that the Ghoul did wear it. It was from that
Ron
set.
Swede wore this one for sure. We got lots of stuff. Got to be careful though.
The owner of the building they were selling everything.
A lot of stuff gets sent in by fans too.
Like this was made by a fan.
Yeah, Troma Dan.
Troma Dan
works with Troma. The Lloyd Kaufman,
awesome.
Independent. But there's a guy that works with Troma. He calls himself Troma Dan. He made that wood burn of us. That's a fan made piece.
Yeah, a lot of stuff like the props and things. Some of them were sent in. Some of them were ones we made. Oh, what about show them Bill the Alien?
I can't.
You can't reach him. So
I don't want to knock it in.
Oh, okay.
I see the head from Plan 9 from outer space.
We can see it pretty good from here. Yeah, if you don't want to mess
You can see that from.
Yeah, Bill the Alien is from Revenge of the Spacemen.
An independent movie that you starred in.
Yes, I was going to say that.
Yeah, go.
Thank you.
I love it.
Well, go ahead.
But yeah, Bill lives on our set, and that's like one of the only surviving masks from that movie.
You like his eyes.
Yeah, because Janet was in some indie movies, and this one called Revenge of the Spacemen. And you play like a 50s type ponytail, teeny.
Yeah, it's like a cheesy sci-fi movie, but it's fun.
That one's funny too.
We're here for it, you guys. We're here for all of it.
Yeah. Anyway,
I see the head right behind you in the center from Plan 9 from outer space.
This one here?
Oh, that's Tor.
Yep, that's Tor Johnson.
Yeah, he was a Swedish wrestler.
Yeah, that piece I put together for these horror hosts or movie hosts. They don't like to call horror hosts. Big Chuck and Little John are really big in Cleveland. They were around for 45 years. And a local program, late night Friday night show. And they would do some live shows. This was like a bunch of 10, 15 years ago.
Yes.
They would do some live shows where they would show a movie on a screen and sit there and stop the movie and talk to the audience. But I noticed they didn't have any set design. It was just a coffee table and some chairs. Mm-hmm. So I asked the place that they were holding it if I could build a set, because again, I was so in love with the show growing up. And I actually designed a set for them, and that was a centerpiece. So they showed Plan 9 from outer space.
So that's a piece from that set he built for them. But the other guy, there's Tor over there also.
This Tor, can you see that?
That was
there?
given. Is that visible?
I don't know.
We can't see past the alien from the movie.
I can't grab that.
Okay.
Okay, don't worry about it.
There's other masks and stuff too.
You guys will have to tune into their show so you can check it out.
Yeah, we should do a set tour at some point. Point all this out.
I think we did once before, but it's been a minute.
That's grown.
Probably do an updated version.
Yeah.
I do have a technical question about how you guys operate the show, because we do kind of get into those things a little bit here. Yeah. You have such a beautiful, background that you're sitting on right now. You have your own set that you've built, and you're still, what is your screen in front of you? Are you mirrored to a large TV monitor?
Yeah.
How are you interacting with us right now? Because the way that it's set up, you guys have such a good distance, and this is just me personally getting into technicals, but I know a lot of other people out there might be wondering the same who are podcasters.
We are not masters at this.
We learn as we go, but there's a TV, or a screen there off to the side. So if you see me looking to the side,
that's why we do that.
Because we see you over there on the screen.
But forever and ever, I said we need to get, because now they're like $200. It's cheap. You get a 100-foot TV now, 100-inch screen TV.
Oh, that's cheaper now. But
for us, that's what it feels like that you're doing right now. At least to me, it feels like you have a big screen in front of you.
It should be directly in front of us. That way, when we're talking to the camera, which is in front of us, we're not looking off to the side.
Yeah, because the camera's there, but I try to look over there.
It's not distracting, though. I really didn't notice you looking to the side until you mentioned it, to be honest. So you guys are really good at mastering that whole transition back and forth. It's not distracting at all. I really actually thought it was already in front of you.
Yeah, so cool. This is like maybe what, a 20, it's a smaller TV.
I think it's like a
15-inch,
24-inch screen there.
Yeah, it's diagonal.
I don't think it's that. And then we have a microphone set up here.
It's so hodgepodge.
Behind this. Yeah, a little tombstone thing.
We used to use this because I drive the show. That's another thing. We don't have a producer.
Oh yeah, there's a mouse pad hidden
underneath here, and that did that. We got to get rid of that like that.
That's right. He's behind the scenes doing everything. He's like, Aimee, you need to learn this. I'm like, no.
It's definitely good to learn. And I'm getting better at learning.
Yeah. Because we would love to have somebody help us, but. Since we probably couldn't pay them, so except if we get them a pizza or something.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like you got to do it yourself. So, but you guys do such a good job.
Yeah, I mean, it's worked so far. So I mean, it just becomes like anything.
It ain't broke. Keep doing it.
Yeah.
300 episodes, I'd say it works.
Yeah, keep doing it.
Congrats.
Any of that. The setup is great. You guys look great. Like I said, the depth that you're able to give with the room and the set and the back, everything is just so fun. And I feel like I'm in your living room.
That's the goal of what we were.
We want people to feel welcome, like they can hang out with us.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm in Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Exactly.
We've had people tell us
a huge compliment.
It's like Elvira meets Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yep.
Which, and she was frequently there as well. So it really
did.
She was best friends with Paul Rubens.
Yeah.
I know.
They were in the ground rooms together. Yeah.
Growing up, and that's why I love that you guys keep it kind of friendly for kids to watch, because there is an audience for that. Kids like spooky stuff too, but you want to make sure that it's not inappropriate for them and they can have fun watching it. I can see how that you have a lot of younger people wanting to watch the show, maybe as a family with their parents or older siblings, because it's so nostalgic seeing where you guys are at and this little universe behind you that is so creative. It just makes me want to watch more shows. I can see how you built an audience because you've just kept it fun, nostalgic, but still inventive and very genuine and warm. So you have a really good recipe, you guys. It's a lot of fun to watch.
It's funny because we ran into a fella at a comic book shop about a year ago, and we told him about our show. And then we met him again at that same comic shop. He goes, I watched you guys' show. Now, I don't want you to take offense to this. I'm like, uh-oh. He goes, I watched it, and you guys are just nice. I'm like, yeah. So what are we going to be? Because I guess a lot of stuff
he
online.
said something along the lines of like, you're so wholesome.
Yeah, you don't swear.
We're not really it's not necessarily a kid's show, but we say parental discretion.
Yeah,
but
Amy's show was on. That wasn't a kid. It's
a
kid show.
He
but
had a lot of jokes that were for the.
If you watch it now as an adult, which I still go back and watch episodes, like that's a very, I call it a cozy watch, where you just put it on and you don't really have to think. It's just an escape. And there's a lot of adult jokes in there if you watch it now. But as a kid, you don't.
Jaw drops. You're like, whoa. Yeah. I don't know how to get away with it.
Yeah, because when you're a kid, it goes over your head. But when you watch it years later as an adult, you're like, whoa.
It was a brilliant show.
Yeah.
It really was. It really was. One of my favorites still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a niece of my niece came from Germany because they live out there, my brother and stuff, and she loved Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh yeah, she was like 5 years old
Yeah.
and was like in love with Pee Wee's Playhouse.
At the end, when he goes away on the scooter, she's like, "Bye bye, Pee Wee."
I was always obsessed with the big foil ball, and I had my own, and it was the whole thing. Yeah. I could not get over the foil ball and how huge it was, and I wanted one that big in my house, and it got big enough that my mom's like, "That's just throw it away."
You made your own. Wow, yeah, well.
Why are you collecting foil?
He was crazy. Yeah, that guy was so good.
Amazing.
They did a whole documentary on him. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I think it was really beautifully done. I actually cried at the end of it.
Is that the doc on the artist that did that one? I'd love to see. Like every life is
the most recent one. I don't recall the name of it or even where I streamed it, but it's the most recent one, and it was really beautiful, and it really kind of just follows him up until the end, and then he gives a really beautiful message at the end of it. And if you guys are fans of his, anybody watching, I would encourage you to check it out because there's a lot of insight, and it was just really, really beautiful. And like I said, the message at the end and visually at the end, I was,
Did Pee Wee ever do any work with Mr. Rogers? They never got together.
Oh, that I don't think
now
so.
that would be the.
That would have been it.
Yeah.
Pee Wee, put your feet in the pool with me.
Oh boy.
I'm sure somebody will make an AI video now that you
Yeah. Oh, I've already seen Mr. Rogers
Playhouse.
I've already seen Mr. Rogers and Jimi Hendrix and all the strangest.
People are getting crazy with those.
They have a cartoon called Daniel the Tiger.
Yes.
And it's really, really cute and well done, but it's very much themed after the Mr. Rogers show, but Daniel the Tiger version of it.
Aww.
And as much as I'm like, don't touch him, like do not touch Mr. Rogers, they did a good job with it for kids.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
there's still some stuff there I'm sure they could expand on. But yeah, I mean, all that stuff, I would even say that those shows influenced this show. I mean, anything that
I definitely see the Pee Wee influence for sure. And it's so
that's a huge
compliment. What do you guys want your audience to remember about you?
That's a good question.
Never really thought that far.
Yeah, we never thought that far into it.
We just think that again, because we do this because we like to do it and we're happy that other people like it. That
we're happy that we can entertain them.
Yeah. And hang out with them.
Yeah, that we can hang out with them, and that we're grateful to have this experience.
And because we look forward to the nights that we broadcast as much as they do. I mean, and that's what keeps it going. Because I don't think because we don't really get paid to do this. We do accept like super chats on some of the shows and things like that.
It's enough to keep the channel going. Like we said earlier, it's a passion project.
Yeah, we could buy, if we need to buy something like tape or a microphone here and there, whatever, it's
or a new mask,
or a pizza. No, whatever we need
or
to
pizza,
whatever. We really don't use it for much of anything, but yeah, it would be just the fact that it was the Harry Scary Hangout, the Mummy and the Monkeys Harry Scary Hangout is a two-way street. I mean, we like hanging out with them, and we hope that they like hanging out with us.
Yeah.
I think it really is that simple. It's just it's a fun hangout, and you guys have done it in your own way, and it's memorable. And I hope everybody watching tonight heads over to your channel and checks everything out.
There you go.
So YouTube, Mummy and the Monkey, the Harry Scary Hangout with Janet Takei and Grim Gory. Where can everybody find you outside of YouTube?
Well, I was going to say real quick before you answer that question. You guys are always mentioning about how people are sending you in all these cool things that they make for you and graphics they make for you and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I guess I must have subliminally got that because I made a graphic for you.
Oh,
thank you.
There we go.
Oh, that one.
You.
That one's
that's nice. I'll have to borrow that.
Oh yeah, that's.
I'll send it to you.
We'll send it to you.
That's awesome.
Yep. But this way you can go ahead and tell us how people can check you out.
Yeah, so we have Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube, and then our website. Yeah, we don't. We had a Twitter, and I think we got rid of it after a while.
Yeah, we don't really mess with it much anymore either.
Yeah, it was just like too many social things to try to remember to post on. So yeah, we limited it to just the 3 for now.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Somebody there tonight.
It's our engineer and guy behind the scenes, Cliff Jablonski. Hey, Cliff, how's it going?
I'm doing good. I don't know where I'm at right now, but hey, how's it going, Aimee? How's it going, Ricky?
It's going good. And I have a job for you. I need you to check out the next issue of Indie Horror Junkie magazine that's dropping in July, because there's going to be another full article of the Mummy and the Monkey and Janet Decay. And we're going to have a lot of behind the scenes photos and information, and just another way for our readers and audience to connect with what you have going on. So definitely be sure to check that out, because that's just one more way to, spread the indie horror love.
Awesome, guys. Thank you. And yeah, we'll share it on our socials.
Much obliged. Ha-cha. Yeah, this is a guy, we use Cliff. And again, like we have puppets on our show. We have everything on our show pretty much. But I found this guy at a yard sale for 50 cents. It was made by, it's not like a store-made puppet.
It's like some weird handmade puppet.
Yeah. The coolest thing. I'm like, this guy's got to be on our show.
So he's like in the countdown when we play a little countdown, like about 15 minutes before everything officially starts.
Yeah, because the show starts at 8:45. And we have a 15-minute, we call it the Harry Scary Countdown, hosted by this guy, Cliff Jablonski. And it's just like little shorts and bits and stuff like that.
So he'll be in some of those like little in-between parts.
He hosts it. And then at night when it hits 9:00 EST, Eastern Standard Time, where our show's on from 9 to 11, or the main show. But Cliff, I had to get him in, because I saw this guy. I'm like, this is the coolest puppet I've ever seen. And I asked the woman, I said, well, why are you selling? She goes, oh, my kids are afraid of it. And I said, well,
all the more reason to buy it, right?
Does it have a
Sesame Street character.
Well, between that and 50 cents, I'm like, this is a really nice piece for 50 cents. I said, does he have a name? She goes, no. I said, well, who made him? She goes, oh, my brother did, and his name is Cliff. So call him Cliff.
I would have bought it. I go to yard sales all the time. I'd have snatched that up.
Oh, 50 cents. Dude.
Yeah.
What is this? A handmade puppet? Original?
I mean, that's way cheaper than the Dollar Tree.
Well,
that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Cliff at the Dollar Tree. How dare you?
All right, Cliff, make sure you get your magazine, and make sure that everyone watching checks out The Mummy and the Monkey and continues to support independent horror, support the Harry Scary Hangout, and support all the creatives out there who are keeping all of this spooky fun alive, because that's a big part of why we're here, and just spreading the horror fun, making sure that, people are going to come to your show and check it out, because what you guys are doing is really, really cool and really, really special. And we want to continue to support that. So if you guys need anything or have anything to share, or the upcoming movie that you're going to be in, make sure that you let us know so that we can channel that through our magazine and podcast. And we can talk to you guys about the film festival as well. But thank you so much for coming on tonight. This has been really, really cool. We've been looking forward to the show. You're wonderful. We love what you're doing, and make sure everybody checks them out.
Thank you, guys.
It's been a pleasure. Yeah, and we were inducted to the horror host Hall of Fame
in 2023.
That's right. So
we've inducted other hosts into it. And that's like another community thing too.
And we're also on another channel that's 24/7 entertainment called the Monster Channel. We submit a show every month to that. So that's it. The website is the channel. So check out themonsterchannel.com for 24/7 horror hosted stuff.
Yeah, and on their website they have information on like how you can log into Roku and add the Roku channel.
But yeah, we're everywhere out there.
So yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna kick you backstage, say goodbye, and then come tell you guys goodbye as well.
All right, thanks, Aimee. Thanks, Rick.
Thank you.
Thank you. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I feel like I need to get some kind of cool background here. You can't compare, this to what they have going on. It's just so much fun.
I almost want to tell them I need pictures of everything.
Yeah. I love what they're doing. I love the vibe and the energy and just the good feeling behind it. I love the family friendly aspect that they have. And like I said, they're just kind of pulled from everything that we have watched and loved, and they're doing it in their own way. So check them out, you guys. We will see you at the end of the month. We're going to let you know who we've got coming up. We're going to be twice a month now, the Indie Horror Junkie Podcast. Thank you for joining tonight. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube, follow, share, and we'll see you next time.
All right. See ya.